What's up YouTube and welcome to Fizz Riven, a very aggressive combo deck that's built around Papercraft Dragon, giving a unit double attack and then just stacking attack buffs and keywords onto it. So either Overwhelm through Might or through Blade Fragments, or Fizz's Elusive keyword, or a Rainbowfish that gives something elusive, and then ensuring that the big attack actually connects to the Nexus. Now the most unfair way of pulling this combo off is to put Papercraft Dragon on Fizz. It's not only a very cheap and mana efficient elusive that's very easy to proc, but it also inherently has a permanent spell shield as long as we have a bit of spell mana and cheap spells left open. And I mean, I'll be honest, I feel like this is kind of broken. It's a kind of a silly combo because you can easily get Fizz to around 10 attack with double attack, or as well the Overwhelm keyword, so not even elusive blockers can do anything there, and any fast speed spell, any skill, any slow speed spell can be taken care of with Fizz's passive. So I'll say right away, the deck is super polarized. This is a classic case of if they have it, they have it. If they don't, you just win. Cards like Hush and Freezes can of course counter this deck pretty hard. Mini-morphs and some types of stuns can be annoying, but there are also a lot of decks in the current meta that just do not have any answer for dealing with the Papercraft combos, and then you can just roll them over completely. Anyway, let's explain the deck a bit more in detail. So the obvious OTK unit would be Fizz, but we also do have Riven as a side win condition as a potential carry. Of course, not that much spell protection, but can grow to immensely large stats as well. Ideally, we want Papercraft Dragon and double attack plus Overwhelm onto Riven. Sometimes just the Blade of the Exile is going to be enough, especially since we run Ruined Reckoners, so we can often just swing twice with a unit with about 10-12 attack and Overwhelm, and that will often also win a game. But even if our opponent does have very effective single target removal, we still have a more classic little side win conditions. We play a fair amount of units at a very low curve, and therefore we can just swarm the board, go wide, spread out our buffs, spread out our power, and just try to hit the Nexus for 2, 3, 4, 5 damage a lot of times. That's why we play a lot of small units that generate other combo pieces. We play Blade Squire, we play Yordle Squire, which we will usually use for the tiny spear, put it onto Fizz or Riven. The Conchologist pool in this is pretty insane. There's a lot of useful combo tricks you can pull, more Mights, Elixir of Wrath, Flame Spitter, all that stuff, as well as combo tricks like Whirling Death, Pokestick. Wallop also quite a cute addition to this. You can either use this defensively, it's very good in the current meta against Pantheon decks, against your opponent's Papercraft decks. It might give you more time to survive and get your combo together, but you can also use this offensively to stun an Overwhelm blocker and allow your units to hit for full damage. Besides that, Friendship is an extra way for survivability or ensuring something like a big Riven attack to go through, and we play a bit of utility removal draw in Pokestick, Rune Weaver of course, as well as Riven, just for some consistent Blade of the Exile generation. And talking about utility, we also have Trinket trades as well as Face Sprouts, so partially just to have some very cheap Fizz protection to activate his passive. But these can also be very good on their own. Trinket trade has about the same spell pool as Conchologist, and Otterpus can be a very useful card if we need an extra attacker to put buffs on, or if we just need an extra chump blocker. Face Sprout increases our odds of finding a Papercraft Dragon and can also give us stuff like Rainbowfish, or sometimes even just a 2/2 quick quill for some extra attack on a unit. That can help a lot for the OTK, especially if paired with Ruined Reckoner. So that explains the deck. Some things to watch out for though. The deck can feel a bit inconsistent because you need a lot of combo pieces to actually pull off that one turn kill, that OTK combo. Therefore, you will sometimes feel like your draw is very, very bricked, and some games you just cannot win in that case, but it also helps a lot to be aware of your side win conditions, of spreading out your power onto other units, and sometimes even just putting all of your buffs onto one of the other 1-drops that looks quite puny and harmless, but all of a sudden can carry you to victory. And another thing is, this deck does take a little bit of time to pick up and fully understand, because you need to know all of the combos of your own deck, but then the matchup knowledge is super important. Knowing which answers your opponents can have for which combos and the likelihood of them having them. And that will greatly dictate your mulligan as well as your strategy in the games. Nonetheless, although this deck might be considered a bit cheesy, this is one of the strongest decks in the game in the right hands. This has been performing very, very well all the way up to very high masters and rocking some ridiculous win rates. And I've seen some people hit top 10 in the ranked ladder on multiple regions with this deck. So if you want to try this out, I can only encourage you to do so. And I've got a bunch of neat gameplay examples for you guys.
Is it the mustache? Who knows?
Scouts. Man, Sharpsight is cheating. Now, to be fair, there should be more mechanics, like more cards with a Sharpsight mechanic in the game, like block Elusives. But it is kind of good against me here, and they have the token on 3. This is gonna be a rough matchup. I don't want to keep Weaver because she's also vulnerable to MF's bullet time. So we probably want to keep Fizz for an OTK later on, and until then we just try to hang in there. Looking for a hero for my hero. Yeah, I think playing Fizz now is probably trolling. Ooh, Blade's Edge isn't too bad. Might is probably straight up better. Fixes the Sharpsight problem.
Alright, let's get to work.
Block me maybe? If Tracker doesn't block, they probably have MF. An even, so OTK turn should be around 6. Yes, the only question is, do we get there? Because MF can easily level until turn 6. Ooh, what? What? Okay, interesting. Transfuse is decent. Mimic is kind of pointless. There's not going to be anything on the stack. Everything's burst speed. Could Mimic a rally. But it's very situational. Sure. I can use at least one of these. I think it's fine. Don't want to trade this off. Like, I already have all I need for the OTK. I don't think I need more attack buffs. Although it doesn't significantly slow down my opponent, right? Maybe it will. It does weaken rallies for Demacia kind of plays. Wasn't Transfusion better there? Oh, you might be right if we go for the Fizz OTK. Depends on whether or not we play Fizz before our opponent attacks. But the only sensical thing would be to play him right now, and we're not. Yeah, Transfusion probably would have been better. Lobster living the Kinder Bueno life? No, no, no. It's the corny life. Lobster living the corny life.
A little reinforcement at the seams. Scouting ahead.
Okay, we gotta go for the dub next turn. Wait, do we ever play Papercraft and just go for the Papercraft OTK instead of Fizz? Does that make more sense mana management wise? Papercraft? I'd have 7 mana available. Maybe look first what Faith Sprout finds. Or I could go Fizz, Tiny Spear, grows to 5, Papercraft. What would be a good pull here even? I don't think I can really find something better than... Yeah, it's probably just straight up Fizz. Feels like it's gonna be maximum damage. I'm probably gonna need an Otter here to enable Transfusion. Let's count this out. So what can we do next turn? Papercraft. We'll have 4 mana left. Just might. Kinda sucks. Okay, so we hope for no sharp side, basically. He doesn't even... Oh, we can make him level, actually. So quick attack's pointless. Just Face Sprout. Prank, I suppose. Damn it. Still the same play though. So we clear a unit and we force most of the mana, which means my opponent can't for Demacia plus rally next turn. Quinn does level though. But we probably survive next turn and don't lose Fizz, I think. Like, we just put out so much pressure that we force our opponent to not be able to get lethal, right? That on next turn anyway? I don't think so. How do I survive? By blocking. Valor would really suck. If my opponent has Valor plus 4 Demacia, we're probably dead. Scout game plan is Big Riven, not Big Fizz. I mean, both work kinda, don't they? I could trade Fizz into Quinn here. Prevent her from leveling. Might be good, eh? Oh, I have to, actually. Oh, this is tough, though. How do I still need 1 offensive unit next turn? Do I rather Manifest? Grandfather Fae would be an insane find here. I think Manifesting is good. But also Riven, Transfuse, Might. I don't have mana. I pre-commit Might so that Quinn dies on the first attack. Just the cheapest blocker. I don't really see a way out. Picks Riven. Well, if our opponent doesn't have Resolve nor Sharp Side, we're chilling. Okay, wait. Are we actually winning this? Could transfuse onto picks, doesn't really make sense. Transfuse onto picks, we have a 1-3 Papercraft, we have no Overwhelm, no. We just go Riven next round. Or well, Shark actually. We know there's no Resolve and we know there's no... Sharp Side. lest our opponent top decked one of the two. See what happens. That mildly blows, but we still go for it, right? We could play Riven, force a defensive for the Demacia, then we don't get lethal. We get the attack fragment, it's still lethal. It's actually guaranteed lethal. Riven is better, right? Because we can give +4 to the shark. If we don't play Riven, we have no combo tricks. Paper on shark. You guys are right, Papercraft is better, but both are... I think both are checkmate situations. I think both lines cannot lose. But yeah, technically Papercraft on Shark is the easier way to close out the game. You're right, Twitch chat.
At last, a way forward.
Having answers to Fizz isn't so easy. I mean, bird speed stuff does the job. It's just not that prevalent in the meta. Another matchup where I really want Fizz, right? Do I even keep Riven? Feel like she's too vulnerable. Wondering if I ever go shield in this type of matchup. He said the deck is just if they have it, they have it. Yeah, that's a perfect description. I can very much relate. All three are not bad. Quicken's probably the worst. Dart blocker here is cute. Transfuse is probably only good if I already have Fizz.
What wondrous discoveries await below?
We're just swarming here. Gonna try to shoot this out, full swing. Just use the tempo advantage. It's probably still a spear, right? What's a fun deck to learn the game with? That's a tough one to answer. I'd go for some mid-range deck. But I don't really know what's fun for you. Jesus. We got Hearthstoned.
To the world below!
Words of power linger in the air.
Okay, all of a sudden we're in the game. So we need to survive the next attack and then finish them on turn 7. Probably just double spear. I want to play this, but it's my only effective answer for if my opponent tries to remove stuff. Screw it. Let's see what we find. Jeez, I'm not very good at finding useful stuff. What about Tasty? Librarian is kind of pointless here. Tasty is also pointless though. I guess Librarian after all. Overwhelm Fragments. It's not too bad. I think I want to keep 2 mana open just to bluff more spells for Fizz. This block is horrible and I can't punish it. That's unfortunate. Hey, let's go, buff caps. Always believe.
Deep breath now.
I guess we Wallop. Gnar getting walloped. Gotta love it. Gotta appreciate it. Oh, come on. Who the hell plays Spotted Toad? Ah.
To serve the greater good.
Do we just all in here, or do we chill out and hope to find more card draw? We might get one more attack turn if our opponent's also gonna be slow here.
Join the hunt, as they said.
Join the hunt. I mean, we can't get close to least. Toadgate is happening. Toadgate live. Is that all you got? Plus attack. Oh, thanks for the draw. Hey, let's go. Our opponent's helping us out. How was Winter Clash? Super fun. I really enjoyed it. Oh, it's winnable. It's winnable. Thanks to our opponent helping us draw, it's actually winnable. That's amazing. I need to keep Elixir of Wrath back, though. They never have Minimorph, right? There's no way. Minimorph doesn't exist. It can't hurt us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that works. The issue is if they have Stun Spider and Death Sand, for example. Oh, I wish I had more spells in my hand. It's probably good to shut down the first pokey. Didn't flock before. He didn't have flock targets, though. Never had a flock target. Rage, no Stun Spider. We did it! With the help of our opponent's aloof travelers. We did the impossible thing. No ping and no stun. That's very rough for my opponent. They might have had a hand stacked with Flux and Scorched Earths. Yeah, I'm always interested in checking out new card games, that's for sure. Still amazed by how excited Fizz is about being Fizz. Reach it later today. Alright, take care. Let's probably pass here. Could play this, we still have 1 mana to bluff like a burst speed spell to protect Fizz from a Pokestick. But I mean, we're in Platinum, some people are gonna be crazy enough to still try to go for the removal. Flame Spitter is pretty gangster here.
I must see how they work.
Like you're gonna catch me.
Okay, let's start pushing some damage. I dare you. Try me. Do it, do it. Let's go. Could be Quicken as a defensive tool to slow down my opponent. Recalling a Taliyah is quite a heavy win out on mana. Lightning Rush, of course, is damage, but we don't really need Lightning Rush. Otter for the attune doesn't make sense. It's Quicken. Could already Quicken here. I don't think that's... It feels like overkill though. So next turn we could go Might and Papercraft, but then we... I mean, my opponent shouldn't have a way of stopping Fizz in that. Yeah, we'll probably do that. How does Attach work with Roiling Sands? Does it proc it?
Easy does it. One for you and one for you.
It does not. That's good to know. Oof. What? That kind of shuts down our linear tactic. It doesn't count as a summon. That's interesting. So it also wouldn't help stuff like Azir level up, right? I might lose my Quicken target next turn. That's why I'm thinking about just doing it for 3 mana. Oh, damn. And Taliyah flips immediately. That's not good. I should have used Quicken at the end of last round, I think. I can stun Taliyah and recall this right now. It's probably going to be the best play. We take 7 and kind of just win on the open attack. 1 mana stun twice, what a broken card. The card is really, really good, but the thing is the archetype needs cards like those. Otherwise, the landmark archetype just isn't strong enough. They need those big payoffs. Yeah, Wallop is low-key insane in this. Should be a bit better on paper. Just in case my opponent has multiple copies of Quicksand. That's their only out. I guess Mini Morph. But even then we should kill them with Might. I think double Quicksand is their only real out. I feel like Fizz is gonna get tweaked at some point. This just feels broken. This must be very frustrating to play against. Well, that was fun for you, Fizz, not for our opponent. Let me put on something more chill. The infamous timeline stack. I don't think it has a way of dealing with Papercraft. Does it run freezes? Three Sisters. No real clean removal. Yeah, I keep Papercraft. YOLO. Icevale Archer, Three Sisters Aloof. I mean, we now have Aloof protection. So what exactly made Trundle timelines re-emerge? Is it really just Gnar? Like, the deck has been around before, but it's never been good. Why is it good all of a sudden? No Deny in meta? I mean, Deny was never a counter to timelines anyway. You just try to bop in timelines turn 1. That's even before Nopify. Financier helps, Papercraft. What, you mean for aloofing Papercraft Dragons?
I'll show the hunters.
You think card game players are rational people? I at least hope so. Ari Cannon? You mean the absence of Ari Cannon? Huh, maybe. A drop pool also gets slightly better with the boar thing. Yeah, I guess it has benefited in a bunch of small areas. And it wasn't a completely horrible deck even in previous patches. Ahoy, ahoy. What's poppin'? Okay, a no timelines opener for our opponents.
I was born in battle and raised by war.
Our opponent doesn't have super effective Riven removal besides Thermo Beam.
I've got the reins.
Biggest factor has to be Gnar. Probably, yeah. Probably. Quick attack. Man, So turn 6 is probably going to be the combo turn. What do we do this turn? Don't really have plays. Just quick attack.
Conflict awaits.
Watch your toes.
Do we need Riven in this deck?
I hate traffic.
It's a nice addition. It's not a must. But I do think it's better than something like Yuumi. It's probably worth it. Next turn, Papercraft, bank 1 spell mana. Then we have Fragment, Blade of the Exile. Maybe it's... 4 damage. It's probably not worth it. We just burn the 1 mana. What if we replaced Riven with Gnar? It's an idea. I'm not sure if... Like, this is one of the few decks where Riven might be really useful, though. Like, really, really good. Still scared of Thermo Beam. Pass should be good. Like, Riven is definitely more of a win condition in this deck than Gnar would be. Gnar would be more of a consistency/value tool with a Pokestick spam. And we also don't have the cleanest ways of continuously triggering the level up. Nice, okay. So freezes our scare card. And they play Icevale Archers, right? No swing, really? Really? How does that make sense? I really like not pre-committing too much here. We set him to 4, we're probably winning. We pre-commit more spells, we might get wrecked pretty hard by freeze. I should have maybe played the Overwhelm Fragment as well. So I don't have to pre-commit a full might here. Yeah, I probably should have played the Fragment. Entomb. I don't think Entomb is that good for my opponent. Riven comes out super swole on turn 8. Don't think it's better than freezing. Am I tripping? Oh, it kills the dragon? What? How does that make sense? Obliterate kills attach. That's wide. In that case, I could just give this shield and attach Papercraft here. Because I definitely want to open attack next turn. To play around Icevale Archers. Or stuff like Buried in Ice. Aloof kinda cocks me, but I don't think my opponent would play Aloof here after Tavern Keeper. It doesn't really make sense. Just hoping for them to tap under. That's hot. That's a pretty sleek play. I gotta respect it. Okay, but no Rule Weaver just wins the game for us. There is no escape.
My words bring power to metal.
Just so we don't need to expand the action next round. Next turn we start with Tiny Shield and we can still use both Elixirs and Ruined Reckoner. I take this block because this might make my opponent not block with a Grumble Slug, but with one of the higher priority targets instead. You Paddler. Okay, most of those decks only play 2-3 Sisters. Don't think I'm playing around the second one. This looks fancy, quick attack and double attack. Some next level electricity going on here.
I'm a peddler, not a meddler. Nothing's tougher than a troll.
Do we have Reckoner? Yeah, but Reckoner is vulnerable to Icevale archers. I'm fairly sure I just disregard the option of a second 3 Sisters, because I think my opponent would just do the same thing again immediately, obliterate, right? Wallop is more overall damage. And never freeze until you commit lethal. I disagree. I think they would immediately play Frozen Tomb. Let's go. That was a cute display of why Riven is strong and why going for alternative win conditions matters.